Hello everyone, this is Shashi from Shashi Tech. In this video, we are going to discuss object-oriented programming. In the previous video, we have discussed structured programming, where the program is divided into number of functions. In the object-oriented programming, the program is divided into number of objects. Before going to start the object-oriented programming, you must learn two things, that is type or a class. One more thing is object. What is a type or a class? A class is a plan or a blueprint of an object. Before going to construct anything, you need to have a plan. Suppose if you want to construct a home, you need a plan. This plan is called as a class, which do not have a physical existence. It is only imaginary part. Then what is an object? An object is a physical existence of a class. An object is a physical existence of a class. Like this, the imaginary part is going to be converted into the real part. If you want to learn the object oriented program properly, you need to remember the 5-star rules. What is the 5-star rules and what the rules are? The first rule says that entire word is made up of group of objects. If you see, wherever you go, you will see some objects. There is no place without any object in the world. Entire word is made up of an object. The second rule says that there is no useless object in the word. Each and every object is useful in some or the other way. Have you seen any useless objects? No. You may be seeing this. This is also useful in some or the other way. This can be used for the decoration purpose. Then the third rule says that no object is in quarantine. Every object is constant interact with the other object. You cannot see the object which is idle. Suppose if you consider a whiteboard, it will be interacting with the marker. If you consider a paper, it will be interacting with the glue, either with the glue or with the scissor or with the paint or with the pencil or with the eraser. There is no object will be in the idle state. Next rule says that every object has two parts. One is has part and also a does part. Consider a car object. Car has a has part and also has a does part. What does the has part include? Car has a name. Car has a wheels. Car has a horn. What does the does part contain? Car can move. Car can make a sound. We can start the car and we can stop the car. Has part is a property of an object. Then what does the does part mean? Does part mean activity which is performed by the object. Consider a cow. Cow also has a has part and the does part because cow is also called as an object. Has part include cow has a name, cow has a breed, cow has a color. What does the does part include? Cow can eat, cow can sleep, cow can walk and cow can shout. Let us consider one more example. Dog. It is also called as an object. So it has a two parts, has part and the does part. What does the has part include? Dog has a name, dog has a breed, dog has a color. What does the does part include? Dog can eat, dog can sleep, dog can bark and dog can even bite. And then the fifth rule says that every object belongs to a particular type and this type is technically called as a class. And the class do not have a physical existence, whereas the object have a physical existence. I have showed one example for the class and the object previously. Consider one more example, that is Hyundai car, Swift car and the Innova car. These three cars are belongs to car type and this type technically called as a class. Class is nothing but a blueprint. If I ask you to bring a car, are you going to bring a blueprint or the car? You cannot bring the class because it is an imaginary part. An object is a real part. You can bring the car, not a blueprint. Let us go to programming. Consider a human object. Human also has a has part and also does part. Has part include human has a name, has a age, he has a gender. Similarly, does part include he can walk, he can talk and he can eat. We are going to code the has part with the data types and we are going to code the does part with the methods. So what you are waiting for? We need to create a blueprint. That is a class. This is a blueprint. Then we need to use the data types. That is name, age, gender. Name is a sequence of characters or a collection of characters. So we need to use the data type as a string. Age is a number. So we need to use an integer. Gender is also a sequence of characters. So we need to use a string. Then we need to go for the methods. The methods are walk, talk and eat. And the method do not contain any body. So we need to provide a body for the method. That is system.out.println human can talk. The system.out.println is used to print the output. It is used to print the output. Similar in the C programming. C programming contains printf. But in Java we are using system.out.println. And also next method body contains human can talk. Then eat method contains human can eat. Okay. Shall I ask you one question? One can say one object, one more can say no object. Which is correct? We have not yet created any object. We have created only the blueprint. Then what you are waiting for? You need to create an object. Before that, I will give one example. That is, we have a house blueprint and we need to build a house. Then how to construct a house? We need to contact a builder. How to invoke a builder? How to make a builder to build a house? By giving a money. In a similar way, we have the blueprint of a class. How to construct an object? Here also we have to use the builder. The builder is technically called as a JVM. Then how to invoke a JVM? By using a new keyword. By using a new keyword, we can invoke the JVM. So we need to use a new key here. Then we need to construct an object. We need to create an object. In technically we can say we need to create an object. Sir, what is these braces? These braces are nothing but calling a constructor. This constructor topic we shall discuss in the next video. So RHS part is completed. Then what about the LHS part? Before going to LHS part, let us consider a door object. If you want to use this door, then you must have a handle. Here also, if you want to use this object, you need to have a handle, that is H. You have created reference for the object. Here for the door the reference is handle. Here also for the object human the reference is H. So then what is the data type of that reference? That is human. Then if you ask me, sir, how to assess the things which are present in this class? Similar way, how you are assessing the things which are present in the room by opening the door with the help of the handle. Here also we need to use the handle and call this method. If you want to call the walk method, then you need to use this reference to call the walk method. Similarly, the talk method. Similarly, the eat method. Okay sir, completed. Can we execute the program? No, because I have told you in the previous video, if you are executing any program, the program must and should contain a main method. Where is the main method here? There is no main method here. Then what to do? You need to include a main method like this. Okay sir, can we execute this program? No, because whatever the things you have written in Java, it must be always enclosed within the class. But the statements which we have written here, it is present outside the class. So we need to create one more class like this. After creating the class, okay sir, everything is finished. Can we execute the program? No, you cannot execute the program because we have used the system.out.println function here, but we do not provide the body for that. Then what we should do? We need to include a preprocessor directive, that is import java.util.star, which contains the body to the functions, body to these functions. Okay sir, can we execute the program? Definitely you can execute the program. Then how the program will execute sir? First the operating system is going to provide a control to the main function, then the control flow like this. Then it is going to invoke a JVM by using a new keyword After invoking a JVM, the JVM is going to create a human object. After creating a human object, it is going to give a reference. Using this reference, we are calling a walk method. After calling a walk method, the control will go to walk method which is present in the human class. Then the system.out.println human can work statement will be displayed. Then the control comes back to the same position where it had come from. Then if the control goes to talk method, similarly talk method is going to execute. Then the control come back to the same position. Then we are calling one more method called as eat method. Here the eat method is called. Then it is going to print the human can eat. After that it is going to return back the control where it had come from. Then finally the control is going back to the operating system. So this is the way of writing a object oriented program. This is the way of writing a simple object oriented program. So finally we have converted as part and does part into a programming. This is a way of writing an object oriented programming. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.